Sarah Chan thought she knew her business partner like a brother. 23 years of friendship, built from college dorm rooms to corner offices, shattered in a single phone call that would destroy everything she'd ever worked for. It started on a Tuesday morning in March, when Sarah's phone buzzed with a call from Detective Martinez. Her stomach dropped before he even spoke. "Miss Chen, we need to talk about David Kellerman and the missing $12 million from your company accounts." David, her co-founder, her best friend, the man who'd stood as best man at her wedding. The same David who'd been acting strange for months, taking mysterious calls and working late into the night. Sarah had brushed off her concerns, telling herself that stress from their upcoming IPO was getting to both of them. But trust, she was about to learn, can be the most dangerous weapon in the wrong hands. The detective's words hit like physical blows. Forged signatures, offshore accounts, a web of lies so intricate that David had been spinning it for over 2 years. While Sarah focused on product development and client relationships, David had been systematically draining their company dry, using his access to financial systems to create phantom expenses and redirect funds to accounts she'd never seen. "The evidence is overwhelming," Detective Martinez explained, his voice gentle but firm. "Bank records show systematic transfers dating back 24 months. Your signature appears on documents you never signed. He used your trust against you, Miss Chen." Sarah's world tilted. Their company, TechFlow Solutions, employed 347 people. Families depended on those paychecks. Clients had invested millions in their upcoming software launch. The IPO that was supposed to make them all wealthy was now impossible. Everything they'd built together was crumbling because she'd trusted the wrong person completely. The investigation revealed the full scope of David's betrayal. He'd created fake vendor contracts, inflated expense reports, and even established shell companies that existed only on paper. Every dollar stolen was a dollar that should have gone to employee bonuses, research and development, or company growth. Instead, it had funded David's secret life of luxury cars, expensive vacations, and a hidden apartment in Miami that Sarah never knew existed. But the financial damage was only the beginning. The real devastation came in the human cost. When news of the embezzlement broke, clients fled, investors pulled out. The media painted Sarah as either complicit or incompetent. How could a CEO not know that her own business partner was stealing millions right under her own nose? Employees who trusted her leadership found themselves facing layoffs. Jenny from accounting, who just bought her first house. Marcus from engineering, whose wife was pregnant with twins. These weren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. They were real people whose lives were being upended because Sarah had placed her faith in someone who'd been lying to her for years. The legal battles that followed were brutal. Even though Sarah was cleared of any wrongdoing, the company couldn't survive the scandal. TechFlow Solutions, once valued at over $200 million, declared bankruptcy within 6 months. Sarah lost her life savings trying to keep the company afloat and pay legal fees. Her marriage crumbled under the stress. Friends distanced themselves, unsure whether to believe her claims of innocence. David, meanwhile, had disappeared. The FBI eventually tracked him to a non-extradition country where he was living comfortably on the stolen millions. He'd planned his escape meticulously, leaving Sarah to face the consequences of his crimes alone. The man she'd trusted with her company, her reputation, and her future had vanished like smoke, leaving behind only destruction. Years later, Sarah would rebuild her life, starting small with consulting work and slowly regaining her professional reputation. But the scars remained. She'd learned that trust, once broken so completely, changes you forever. Every new business relationship came with questions she'd never had to ask before. Every partnership required verification she'd once considered unnecessary. The most painful lesson wasn't about business or money, it was about human nature. The people closest to us, the ones we trust most completely, have the greatest power to destroy us. David's betrayal wasn't just theft. It was the weaponization of 23 years of friendship. turned against her with surgical precision. Sarah's story serves as a stark reminder that trust, while essential for human connection and business success, must be balanced with vigilance. The very qualities that make us good friends and partners, loyalty, faith, and the willingness to believe the best in others, can also make us vulnerable to those who would exploit our goodness for their own gain. In the end, Sarah survived, but she was forever changed. The woman who once trusted instinctively now verified everything. The entrepreneur who once believed in the inherent goodness of people now understood that even those we love most can harbor the darkest intentions. Trust, she learned, is not just about faith. It's about wisdom, boundaries, and the courage to ask difficult questions, even of those we hold most dear.